Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you, and today is the start of the go out and about, get your butt off the couch, etc. event in Pokemon Go featuring routes. Yes, routes. The most stable, not bug-filled, not poorly implemented feature of the last, couple of months in Pokemon Go. But given that we have no control over fixing the feature, I'm going to give you some tips on how to best enjoy the event as best you can, I guess. I've got a bunch of tips for functionality for the routes, but first things first, let's just jump into what our general tasks and vibes are for today. So out to play, timed research. We've got 5 days for this event. So explore 5 kilometers, hatch 3 eggs, follow a route, walk 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer, while traveling routes. Use an incense while following a route. Oh, maybe use a daily incense. Catch 20 Pokemon while following routes. Hopefully they don't mean route spawn Pokemon, because that's going to be bloody impossible. We're going to get an encounter there. In field research, we have got walk 1 kilometer, walk 5 kilometers, hatch 3 eggs, and something else. Hatch an egg, thank you Lake Duck. With the rewards as follows: the new shiny Hisuian Growlithe as well for the hatch 3 eggs or the walk 5 kilometers. So that's, I guess, where my priorities will be. And there is an additional $2 paid research if you so desire. And as is tradition, it looks like it's not available in, maybe I need to restart, but hey, they didn't forget to change the price of the $1 coins in Australia to $1.60, $1.59, but they sure did forget to actually put in the timed route. I'm going to restart. It could just be a restart thing. Other event details: allegedly there's going to be more Kecleon on nearby Pokestops. Keep your peepers out. It can be shiny. It's a rare one. 3 times XP for completing routes, which, I mean, routes don't give you that much XP anyway, to be honest. I mean, every drop counts if you're still leveling up, but 3 times XP. And allegedly faster buddy candy when walking on routes. I think this was a feature when the routes came out, and I don't even know if it was working accurately then. We'll see. Restart has fixed that. So $3 Australian, $3.06 Australian. Nah. For 6 encounters with Hisuian Growlithe, 5 encounters with Growlithe, 2 incubators and 1 super incubator. Before we jump out and start doing some routes though, a couple of tips for you guys. First things first, everyone in the comments saying in my last video that the end button for routes has always been there. No, it hasn't. Shush. Feel free to watch literally any of my previous videos where I've done a route. There has never been an end route button for me. My routes have always auto-completed when I get too close to the end of the route, which has been really annoying. So the end route button being there, awesome. That's great. And hopefully has addressed a lot of the concerns where people were seeing a Zygarde cell and then the route was auto-completing before they could actually click the Zygarde cell. If you're having the bug with routes where they just stop working, they crash your game, that sort of thing, I personally haven't had that. I had the repeatedly pausing routes issue, which seems to have been fixed. But if you've got the issue where your route just crashes the game, allegedly, apparently, turning off Adventure Sync before you start the route can help with that. So give that a go if it helps. If it doesn't, if you found another workaround for it, leave it in the comments. Obviously that's not ideal, but that is a way that people have found that works for them. Another really fantastic feature that I've noticed for routes, sarcasm heavily denoted here for those of you who don't, pick up the vibe with my accent and that, and my intonation. As we can see here, we've got two routes here. Oh, look, ooh la la. Technically it's just the one that I made. Starts here, ends at the other Pokestop there. However, it doesn't show up on Campfire. I mean, here's another one, for example. But for whatever reason, it doesn't show up on Campfire. So on Campfire at the moment, I can see nearby routes. Yeah, show me the nearby routes. The only route that pops up is the one that's over at the park. It's a perfectly good route, no complaints. But it doesn't show the route here that goes through the town centre, gets, a bunch of Pokestops. It also doesn't show the other route up here at the top of the park. It's only showing this one on the corner. So there's 3 routes nearby. And if you want to do those in all of the combinations, it's technically 6 routes. But for whatever reason, Campfire only shows one singular route. And I don't even think this was the first route that we had in our area. I think the one that was that's up here was the first one in this area. So keep in mind, if you are looking on Campfire for nearby routes, you may not be seeing all of the options available to you. I don't even know what the qualifiers are for if it shows up at all. Maybe there could be one here and it's not showing up at all. I have no clue. So keep that in mind in case you are looking for routes on Campfire. Additionally, if you do not see a route spawn on your route, and it'll be denoted by having this little icon on it, I believe you cannot find a Zygarde cell, or it is very, very rare to. You guys did notice in my last video, I was totally blinded by the dust and the wind. My Chatot was my route spawn. Right at the end of the route, I just didn't wait long enough to see a Zygarde cell pop up. I got a bit impatient because of the dirt and wind in my eyes. But I should have gotten one from that if I had like hesitated and held on a little bit longer. So if you do a route and you notice that you never get a route spawn from that, it's probably unlucky. I mean, maybe if you can do some testing in your own time to see doing the route slower or just, you know, taking your time with it. If restarting, you know, eventually gets you a route spawn, I don't know what the qualifiers are there for actually getting a spawn on a route. Because the one that I did where I just never see a route spawn isn't a short one. It's a pretty decent walk. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And lastly, someone had a really, really good tip in my previous video. They had a bunch of routes in their area and then all of those routes disappeared. I followed up and asked them what happened, like why did all the routes disappear? And they had said that basically a Pokestop was deleted from the game. Not sure why it got deleted, if it is just, you know, something that was no longer there. But sadly, because all of the routes were starting or ending at that point, at that Pokestop, when that Pokestop was deleted, removed from the game, or moved, or whatever else happened to it, all of the routes attached to it got deleted, got disappeared. So keep in mind, if you are making routes in your local area, maybe try to spread them out and have different starting and end points so that if something like that was to happen, if somehow, some way, one of your Pokestops got bugged out or deleted, or, you know, the local church says, oh, Niantic, we don't want our church to be a point of interest. These weirdos are in the car park every day. Get rid of it. And that happens and the stop gets deleted, that you don't lose all your routes. And lastly, for everyone asking, why do I say routes? Why do you say routes in Australia? Routes means something different here. So we're gonna stick with routes. Hope that's fine with you guys. All right, let's get out, let's get exploring, let's hatch some eggs. Hopefully that info dump is helpful for you guys. First things first though, we've got a showcase, which should be the new, yeah, it should be Growly or Hisuian Growlithe or both. Your Growlithe, I guess either. Let's go find our first route and get stepping. Okie dokie, so we're gonna start off this route here. Go nice little lap, I think it's about 800 meters. And I have got the Go Plus on, so I'm probably gonna have to turn that off really quickly. Now let's double check our objectives. We're needing to walk 5 kilometers. We're not gonna get that done on this one. Walk 1,000 meters while on a route. We'll almost get there for this one. Use an incense. I might just drop the daily incense while we get stepping for this one. And see, yep. Daily incense counts. Beautiful. We'll get stepping and see what we can actually, if we can get a route spawn on this, hopefully. Why is that, that's so weird. I started the route and the showcase is gone. Huh. Functional feature. Love it. Okay, Growly on the incense, not it. So far, no route spawns either. I've been trying to, you know, at the risk of my daily incense, I have been stopping to check. Let's see, Palm, a little Parmigiana, not a route spawn. Woobat, also not yet. I have noticed, or I did notice in Japan, when I did my 20-kilometer route, I did notice that the majority of the route spawns were regional Pokemon, which initially I didn't quite click onto because I was seeing Pansage, Zangoose, and those are Australian regionals as well, so it didn't really stand out to me until I got like the fourth or fifth, you know, Farfetch'd, which is Japanese regional. I was like, wait a second, all of these route spawns have been regional Pokemon. The Chatot that I see at the Spears Point Park lap, that has been the route spawn. Every time I've done that route has been a Chatot, which is again regional for my area. So I guess a key thing to look out for, I don't know if all route spawns are regionals, but I'd say a key thing to look out for is definitely going to be, if you see a regional, maybe you're conditioned not to check it that frequently, but do check it, that could be your route spawn. Additionally, if you're visiting a new area, that's a really cool incentive to do a route, explore a new city, and then maybe get that country, that area's regional Pokemon. I don't know, you guys let me know if you've noticed something similar or not, if I'm just, you know, making stuff up here. Let me know if you've seen something similar. Okay, so approaching the end here, and unless this Eevee, no, the Eevee's not it. Okay, I might try and get a smidgen closer to the end, but it's looking like no route spawn, but I will try. Oh, I will try, I'm not gonna complete it yet. We'll try and see if we can get the restart glitch to work. All right, let's pause, close, reopen.
So,
doing the restart thing to see if it
yeah. No, all the spawns have changed since they've updated it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the?
The last time I seen one, it was just there on that corner. Once you're coming around the lights.
Okay. Like near the... Alrighty, no Zygarde cell on that one. The restart trick didn't work, but again, I don't believe I saw a route spawn on that route, so ripperoni. One new bit of information though, Rob says that apparently looping routes can now result in Zygarde cells. So one of the routes here at Fed Park is a loop. I'll do the non-loop one first, but I'm going to test out the looping route because apparently they've fixed that bug. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments, have you done a looping route since whatever updates happened and received a Zygarde cell? Actually, you know what, why not just, we're literally gonna walk past it anyway. Let's do Fed Park loop. So, no, not that one. Lap of Federal Park. So this one should, yes, start and stop at the same stop. Let's go follow and we'll see what we get. Again, I've got to keep my peepers out. Rob also said that they have had, as their route spawns, they have seen Carablast apparently as a route spawn. So again, let me know if you guys have been seeing other stuff besides regional Pokemon. Off the top of my head, I can't recall seeing any that weren't, but I haven't done hundreds of routes. I've not done, the maximum amount of routes. I don't even do daily routes. So I would say I've done, less than 20 or less, more than likely. Let's see, peepers are out. Looking out for that little symbol as well. I'm trying to make sure I'm giving the symbol time to load in before like quick catching and stuff like that as well. Pour me, not it. Woo, bats. No. You bat? No. Whoop, we just ticked over the 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer on a route. I will say as well, the one downside of having to like keep your peepers always on for the route spawn is that, actually I'm really curious if your Go Plus like loses a route spawn, if seeing it counts as, seeing the route spawn, or if you have to like catch it. But I say one downside of like having to be on guard for it is that you can't like send gifts and stuff. I feel like when there's, a walk like this, there's not much scenic enjoyment. I'm not really exploring a new town or a new area, I'm just walking around a soccer field. Now would be a great time to be like sending gifts, transferring Pokemon, checking IVs for, other things like that, but having to be on guard, waiting, checking for the route spawn, waiting and checking for the Zygarde cell makes it a bit of a, I don't know, makes it a bit less fun, or a bit less, I don't know. I like to be a bit more efficient about it sometimes, Hey, hello, not the route spawn, but look at this. One thick, massive, huge Woobat. All right, I'll take that. That's kind of fun. Bonk. Also, to ruin everyone's day with something that I learned recently about Woobat, I always thought the Woobat's little love heart was its eye. I thought it had one big eye in the middle. It's its nose, which has kind of like ruined my day. So I'm happy to ruin yours as well with that knowledge. I'm just going to keep pretending that the little love heart is not its nose. Chatot just spawned in. Just before I went in this corner, I'm going to guarantee that is the route spawn. Look at that, I've got the little route icon. Chatot is a regional. I don't need to give it that. Let me just give it a regular raz. Make sure we catch it. Bonk. But keep an eye out for that symbol. That is the symbol that you want to keep an eye out for route spawns. And seems to be confirming my bias of regional Pokemon being route spawns. All right, let's see if this Kangaskhan is just a wild, no, there's a little pup inside it, okay. Let's see if this Kanga is a route spawn. No, just a regular Kangaskhan. Alrighty, didn't even have to do any sort of sussy little restart thing. I'm just gonna click on this before it disappears. Zygarde cell, schlorped into the cube. Excellent. Okay, well, we've officially disproven the whole loops thing. It looks like the loop routes have been fixed and you can get Zygarde cells on a loop, keeping in mind, keep your peepers out for route spawns to make sure it functions. And we should be able to complete, no, I can't complete it from here. Okay. What about, nope. What about, nope. What about, nope. I don't know how I can say that wait, what? I've done 912 meters of the route out of 1 kilometer, but there's only 30 meters left. That would not make the travel distance, the distances don't line up here. I think someone needs to like employ someone that knows how to count at Niantic, because that doesn't line up. Oh well, let's complete it, let's see. Boom. Oh no.
If you cut corners.
I wasn't how could I cut 100 meters worth of corners? Hyper Potion, Fast TM, Stardust, 6000 XP, huzzah. 5 stars, I got a Zygarde cell. Love it. Okay, route number 3, and the route spawn is a Talo. So for me, that's the first time it's not been a regional, but there you go. Good to know. We're proven and disproven a few things today. All right, jumping out, and it fled. Is my Go Plus? Oh no, whoopsies. I must have already quick caught it. Talo, we got Talo. Whatever. I don't know, my brain hurts today. Finish this route, get some cells. Get some brain cells. All right, shiny Feebas. I don't know if route spawn, can you guys shut up? I don't know if route spawns are supposed to be, or like if you're doing a route, it's supposed to give you any shiny boost. I've also been like a filthy casual this whole, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, all right, talking about, sorry. You can scream as much as you like in my videos. I apologize. I've been a filthy casual this last week as well though, so I mean, could be some filthy casual luck potentially. Oh, decent IVs as well. All right, double shiny today, I'll take it. All right, the absolute abomination of an office is just coming together. I hung some shelves. It is level, by the way. It's a wide angle, makes it look bendy. But we might decorate those bad boys tomorrow on stream, so come over, drop a follow on the Purple website over on Twitch. We're gonna make this space look not dilapidated. But before that, let's check off some of these encounters. Somehow didn't walk 5 kilometers, even though I walked 5 kilometers in this task, but you know, it is what it is. First check, 3 eggs hatched. For Growly, not it. That would have been a bit crazy. First check, first shiny. As always, congratulations to the person that is watching that got their Hisuian Growlithe. First check, first shiny. It's a beautiful one. It's quite a cool shiny. Second check, not it. So for the third route of today, by the way, finished the third route. It was not a looping route. It had 2 separate endpoints. I got the Talo as the spawn, but did not get a Zygarde cell. I did try to double back to where Tim had seen his Zygarde cell on that route earlier the day, just to see if it was like going to spawn in the same spot, but I did not get it. But Rob did mention that they didn't see any Zygarde cells on that route until they had actually leveled up the route. And I hadn't really considered that, I hadn't really thought about the fact that yes, the more times you do a route, you can level them up. I was tempted to do a few more laps to like level it up just to see, but I've got a pretty wicked migraine and or head, well not migraine, I've got a headache. I've got a headache starting. So I'm like, I want to get food and I want to rehydrate, but I think I might actually try this week to level up some of my local routes and see what happens. Let me know, have you managed to complete enough routes without the game crashing in your local area, third one, not shiny, to get it leveled up? Have you been seeing, Rob mentioned getting elite TMs, which is pretty cool, getting elite TMs from the routes. What rewards have you been getting? Have you been seeing more or less route spawns? Does that change? Have you gained more cells, less cells? Can't notice a difference? Leave a comment, it's all useful information. And good luck for your event as well. I hope that you have a route nearby, even though it's not the best system. I hope that you're able to participate. 4-star check, nothing new except for the Nimble and the Persimmon that were traded from Alan. Thanks, Alan. We've been bulk trading all the regionals though. I'd really love to turn into 100%, but like this one, this little cutie that he gave me. But we got the Nimble and the Persimmon. Still 2 new ones though. And shiny, we got the Woobat and the Feebas, which no complaints, huge Woobat. It is enormous. And Feebas, very decent IVs, not bad. Just curious actually, because I got the last time we did a bunch of routes, I got the Houndour on my daily incense and the Eevee just in the park as well. And that's probably too soon to start speculating about routes giving shiny boosts, because again, you can see that I did nothing from Go Fest in the States to then, from the 28th to then like the 5th of the next month. So I did nothing in between that. Food for thought though. Have you been finding shinies on routes? Worth looking into, I guess. So coming out tomorrow, we're gonna redecorate the office a little bit and possibly play some new games. There's a couple of new games I wanna check out on the Switch too. Go drop a follow, come say hey. And if you can't watch it live, keep your peepers out on the second channel, the VODs channel. All the live streams go up there as well. As always, lovelies, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who did leave a like as well. If you'd like additional ways to support the channel, links for Patreon and the merch are in the description down below. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.